Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Paradoxx here, bringing you guys another Call of Duty Modern Warfare video to the channel here. Now today, guys, I'm going to be showing you the best settings for Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Now, I know I haven't made a settings video probably since the beta. Now, a lot of you guys ask for my settings, color settings, sensitivity, you know, what aim response time do you use or whatever like that. Today, I'm going to show you guys. So, we're going to go ahead and get straight into this, and I'm going to tell you why I use each one. Now, button layout preset is going to be default. Now, it used to be tactical due to my scuff, but I do not use a scuff anymore. I use a regular PS4 controller, but here soon I'm going to go back to my scuff controller. So either or, default, or you're going to want to use tactical. Those are my two opinions on which ones you should use. For default, I use for regular PS4 controllers. Tactical, I use for, you know, scuff controllers and stuff like that. So I like tactical better, but it's just so hard for me to get used to it on a regular controller. Next is going to be stick layout preset. I use this as default. Now, I don't really mess with this one. As you can clearly say, if you look through here, it just messes up the controls of you trying to move straight or look up or whatever like that. So you don't really want to do that. Next is invert vertical look. Now this means if you look up, you look down. If you look down, you look up. You don't want to do that. That'll just clearly mess you up. I know a few people that play that, but you know, let me know if you do use that if you play with that on, because I'm kind of curious how long it took you to do that or whatever like that. So it's pretty cool. Next is horizontal stick sensitivity. Now a lot of people ask for this. So sensitivity. There's 20 is the max, as you clearly see right here, and 1 is the lowest. Now 12, I think it's not too fast, nor I think it's too slow. It's kind of in the middle, super comfortable. You can be, sometimes it looks like you're swiping and stuff like that. It really will. I've had a lot of people ask me, hey, are you swiping or whatever? And swiping, they mean a keyboard and mouse. I don't use those just because I don't like, you know, I only like using my keyboard for editing and stuff like that. So I don't use any type of mouse and keyboard for any Call of Duty or any games. Don't like it all, besides Minecraft, but I don't play Minecraft anymore. But yeah, 12 sensitivity is really good. Now with vertical, I would say 12 is good as well, because you're gonna be able to look up fast, and you're gonna be able to look like up and down. Say if you're on like a second level and someone's underneath you, you're gonna be able to just look down straight, get them, and just look up. You know, just continue on what you're doing. Next is ADS sensitivity multiplier low zoom. Now, this means a scope less than 3.25 times. So it can be a red dot sight, it can be some type of ACOGs, the monocle sight, anything like that. Now, this means how fast you're gonna be able to look around in you know, those types of weapons. Now, I kept this at 1. I don't mess with this at any. I don't think you should. This is perfect how it is. Next, this is ADS sensitivity multiplier high zoom. Now this means like a variable zoom for a sniper, ACOG sights, something that is more than a 3.25 times. So that is just keep that as well. You don't really want to mess with that. Now next, this is the big one. People ask, what is your aim response curve type? Now I use linear. As you clearly it tells definitions of each one. Standard simple power curve map for more aim stick to aim. Linear aim stick map directly to aim rate. Dynamic reserve S curve mapping for fine aim rate control. Now what linear means is if you move the analog stick, it moves straight with it. There's no delay, there's no millisecond delay or anything like that. It's whenever you move it, it moves. So I use that just because of I don't want there being any delay in my controller. And especially with that, I'm going to tell you guys a little hint. If you're playing, make sure if you're close enough to your PlayStation, say if you play out of setup or whatever, make sure you plug in your USB port thing to your controller, and that helps as well with the delay. It helps it, it's shorter, so that's good as well. Controller vibration, I have this off as disabled. Now the only reason why I have this off is because if I have it on, it just messes with my aim, and I just don't like the vibration when I'm trying to aim and stuff like that. So yeah. Next is going to be aim assist. Now aim assist is I have this as standard. I don't mess with this any. Now, people used to say back in the beta there was no aim assist in this game, so you could just disable it or whatever. But you really just want to keep this as standard. It just has a traditional slowdown near a target, which is really good. You don't want to mess with it or anything like that. The other ones are not that good. Now, these ones, the weapon mount activation, this is all up to you guys. I'm not gonna go through these. These are just all up to you. Now, for the bottom part, slide behavior, you're gonna want to have this on hold. Move forward, you don't want to have this one on. I just have it disabled. Automatic sprint, I used to have this one on automatic sprint due to my controller messing up, but I don't have it on anymore. And then vehicle camera recenter, I have it on. Next is going to be the brightness, the safe area, the film grain, and all that stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and get into this one. Now the brightness, I turned it up a little bit just due to my Elgato. Now I can make my Elgato basically do whatever I want. I can make it gray, I can make it blue, I can make it purple, pink, white, if I want anything to look whatever color I want, I have the control to do that. That is nice. Next is safe area. Now this is a little tip here, guys. Now you don't want to do this. I feel like a lot of people do this right here. They do this motion right here. They just have the white lines across their the border of their TV or monitor they're playing. You don't want to do that, guys. Let me tell you why. If you do this, everything is zoomed in. It's more zoomed in than everything like that. Everything's closer out to the out part of the square. Everything's more outer. So if you have this as small as possible, like this, have this as small as possible, everything's more into the center of the monitor or TV. That means all the gunfight is going to be dead center of your TV or monitor. That's why I have this as small as possible, because I want all my action to be in the center of my monitor. I play on a 27.4 inch monitor, so make sure if you have a monitor, make sure you have this as small as possible. Next is film grain. I do not touch this whatsoever. I don't really know what the film grain does. I just keep this at 25. Tooltips, I've been playing Call of Duty for 15 years. I don't need that. Subtitles I have disabled. I throw this on and off at times. Colorblind type. Now people say what colorblind to use to get your controller or your stuff. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys what I use. So let me just show you guys with my Elgato why I say I don't really mess with this. Now I'm just gonna show you guys. So if I want to make my Elgato brighter, right, I can just go into my Elgato settings and I can just casually just turn it up as bright as I want, right? And it's pretty cool. I like to use that a lot. Now, say if I want the contrast to be, brighter, I can make it darker or anything like that, which is pretty cool as well. Or the hue. Now, this is what changes color of my game. Now, let me show you guys. If I want to make it a certain color, all I got to do is I can make it purple, dark purple, green, any color I want basically, which is pretty cool. And I don't really mess with that, so that's cool. But that's what I use for my color settings, guys, on my Elgato. So that is what that is. And then motion blur. Okay, these are the two most important out of anything in this thing: motion blur and weapon blur. World motion blur and weapon blur. So as you can clearly see on the right side, if you have this disabled, when you're spinning around, it doesn't look blurry. And if you have this enabled, it's going to look blurry when you look around. Same with your weapon. If you have this enabled, if you're spinning around and stuff like that, doing gunfights or whatever, it doesn't get blurry. But if you have this enabled, if you see on the right side, it's all blurry, it's all nasty looking and stuff like that. You don't want that. And next, this part right here, this is all on you, the context filters. If you want to see the profanity filter, if you want to see the gore or text chat, you can just enable or disable that. So next, we're going to be talking about the audio. Now, audio I have at boost high. I have I like to be able to hear what I'm playing. I like to know what I'm if I need a sound whore, I can sound whore and stuff like that. So that's why I use boost high. Now, master volume, it is extremely loud. I think I found the right settings due to as well as my Astros. I have Astros as well. I have this at 42. Music volume I have at 0 due to Activision, so they can't copyright claim me in videos and stuff using their music. Dialogue music, dialogue volume, I have as 100. Effects volume, I have as 100. Juggernaut, I don't really use juggernauts, but if I do, I just have the music on. For hit marker, sound effects, you can use classic or MW. Classic is like the classic hit markers. If you were to shoot someone, it just sounds like, I don't honestly, I couldn't describe it, but that is it for that. And for the rest is honestly up to you guys on you know, voice chat and all the mic thresholding and stuff like that. That's all up to you guys. So that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. I do hope you enjoyed the settings video. So if you're new to the channel, do make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. It's been your boy Paradoxx. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.